insurance, both from a retiree standpoint and an employee standpoint?
Retirees, none that I know of.
So not, and my employees are collecting health insurance
12.
then.
That's
You're
it.
12
That's
people
it?
per month, you're paying a premium on.
No. What's that?
This was a third of what they paid over that time period, so, you know.
So now, as far as coming out and saying, like, sorry for doing this, we thought, well, maybe it's my fault. Actions speak louder than words. We just thought, all right, well, let's start working on this
Well,
and go through it.
we as residents don't know, you know, make it known that you're working on this.
Okay. Well, that was part of tonight. We had a heads up that a number of you were going to be here, and that's fine. And as I say, I planned on explaining that, okay, we've had one meeting, planning on even more, we're working through their audit, and also how to respond to it again with this thing, and respond to them in a timely manner, because we've got until June.
I think it would have gone a long way if we sent a letter to every resident of Ridgeway and said, we hear you, we are also upset, and we're working on a response.
Yeah, we've been criticized about this.
So also, has anybody up there on this board ever been through an ISO audit or any type of external business audit? Because this is basically what this is, a standard boilerplate, and you should know how to, you know, nobody's ever responded to it. It can, to an audit like this, it can seem overwhelming. But if you've never done it, then maybe you should be working with an outside consultant. I know that's gonna cost more money,
Right.
but you're going to get a good product and you're gonna do it right the first time.
Well, the other thing that we do, because it involves personnel, we have an attorney at one of those big name law firms in Buffalo that specializes in personnel law. In fact, give Mary credit for this, last year, 2 years ago, this year, we updated our personnel manual 2 years ago, okay? And we had him review it, he gave us guidance, said, okay, you know,
We're with this all the time.
yeah, and he does. In fact, he also does other things for us. For example,
With this also.
he also helps us with things like negotiating the contract with the highway union. Because when I started, actually the board did it, and nothing against the board, but we don't have that experience. And at the time, I asked the board, I said, "You want to do this, or should we get a professional in here?" And I did. We did, and it's just what we pay and what we get. It's just, the guy's great. I mean, he knows the law, and, you know.
And so maybe that's what you should be doing in responding to this report. Also, it's getting a professional in that assist you.
We have what we just said that he's
Well,
working.
he said that was an employee law, so this is different than an employee. This is a, you know.
I think it's an employee issue that they're trying to.
Okay, and you weren't clear on that.
He also knows about, what is it, benefits, that sort of thing, because he's worked with large unions in Buffalo.
He's a labor specialist.
Yes.
Okay.
He covers everything.
Right.
He's very, very good.
And just to kind of change a little bit, get away from this audit, what are you guys doing, or the payroll person here, or who's responsible? Are they changing their audit, I guess, processes to make sure that only 12 people are being paid every single month, and you guys get that bill from the insurance company?
Yes,
Okay.
well, that's,
How long did it go to do change that though?
What's the questions? I'm confused.
I'm saying when you're paying for 12 people for health insurance. Okay. Do you audit that every month? Again, like, I don't even know who you're insured with, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, let's say, they send you a bill for 12 people.
right.
Again, you guys need to deduct one person to the person terminated, or if you add 2 more, you just need to balance that on a monthly basis. And you change your internal processes to take care of that. And
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
okay,
The
yeah.
other, and the other thing is, and I'm sure all of you know this, over the last few years, health insurance has gone crazy. Okay.
Well, that's why we're here.
Yeah. In fact, we've already given everybody a heads up that we're probably going to change health insurance companies next year. Why? Because the company we're using, Independent Health, I don't know if you heard this, they just got taken over by another firm. And from what we understand, that other firm likes to charge high rates. So we worked with an insurance broker. In fact, he usually contacts me during the summer, and he said, all right, who do you have? You know, and he gets the breakdown of employees. singles, families, that sort of thing. And he goes out and he starts shopping policies. And he'll come back with 3. He said, okay, here's 3. You look them over, tell me what you like. And then we decide whichever one we like. In fact, we even had meetings here with everybody in the office, with highway guys, and said, all right, this is what we had, you tell us. Because again, we have singles, we have couples, we have families. All right, let us know what this is going to be the cost. And so anyway, yeah.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I'm looking at back in March, the Daily News says that they called you, reached by phone Thursday. Town Supervisor Brian Napoli said that while there's no way to return the money that was spent, town officials are working with auditors to ensure a similar situation doesn't happen again. I was really bothered by that. There's no way to return the money. I mean, this is just really my trust.
Yeah, no.
I want to make sure you're going to follow through on this.
Well, we're going to follow through where we can, but there are some things that, in fact, this was another thing I talked to the auditors about. Because again, if you go to they have a weekly newsletter. If you go to the bottom, it will tell you their latest audits and more enforcement issues that they've done, and typically there's always something in there about where somebody moves out of state and they start collecting health insurance or retirement benefits for a relative. The relative dies, they keep collecting it, and the state finds out and they take them to court. So I looked at the auditor and they mentioned restitution. And I said, okay, now, all of those things, all the times I see restitution, how much money has the state collected? How much money do they get back? And the auditor just looked at me and went, I said, what do you mean? They're out of state. The state thinks that, well, the cost of going after them, and they basically spend all the money.
So like the 4,900 that was paid for Part B,
Mm-hmm.
that person's out of state, so you can't recoup that one.
Well,
It depends on the state. No, because each state has a different law regarding
Yes.
garnishes.
yes, right.
Okay.
Right, sorry.
No,
No,
you have to educate.
Right.
But some of them are what?
Right.
Some
Yeah.
of the people are local, they're right here.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk to our attorney again, the one from Buffalo, and see what we can do. Because that was the other thing. We were getting a bill for $110 for something having to do with Social Security. He was in the office one day and I showed it to him. I said, we keep getting this. Do we have to pay this? And he looked at me and said, no, thank you. Threw it out. That's the end of that one.
But how long were you paying it?
I think it was only a few months. And I thought, all right, fine. Well, all right. No, we weren't sure. We didn't talk. We waited until we talked to him. And then we came in. He looked at it. He goes, no, you don't have to do this. Fine. Thank you. We'll wait. Into that. So, but all right. Maybe I'll take blame. Be a little remiss about getting something out generally to everyone. We just thought, all right, we'll just start working on this and get it done and correct it and do whatever we have to. I know, maybe you can post a letter on the website, I'll sign it.
Well, I was just gonna say, there's the website. I'm a true believer in communication. You can ask them. I write and I respond to most of the emails that come through to the board.
Mhm.
And I often do not see any other replies, so I don't know where we stand. Cliff and I are on many committees together, so I call him. And I truly believe in a paper sequence of what's happening. And I'm just really glad that you came tonight to talk about this. I don't know when that quote was in the paper.
It was in the Daily News online.
Mhm.
What date?
Oh, that was back a few months. That could be February,
Probably right when it came out.
right.
So
March
we're going
20th, 2026.
Again,
March 26th.
March
March
20th.
20th.
March
Oh, 20th.
March 20th, sorry.
It's the dailynewsonline.com.
Can I also propose that if you guys are gonna put it on the website in July, can you hold just put it on your agenda to have the topic and discuss it with whoever wants to show up?
Yeah.
Because again, I might read an article on the web or the hub, and I still have plenty of questions from that standpoint. And I think you guys are just gonna respond as to where you stand right now, not the end result.
Right.
So can we do something in July on your agenda for that, just to get back together to
See where this is going.
see where it's gone, because hopefully it's gonna be brought to closure by July.
Right.
Because the audit will now.
We have to send them a response by July.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Like
it's
Like
responsible.
June, excuse me.
And then
That's
they have
right.
to-
What they,
And that's
how long
July.
they take, I don't know, I heard
Well,
it could be 30, 60 days. So it could be, July, August, by the time they respond. Then, they will put it on their website, which anybody can go and see it. But, we have to have ours to them by June.
Mhm.
Now, from what I understand, while we're working on this, it's what we send back to them, what they do to us, it's not public information because they haven't decided on what to accept. They haven't decided on how it's going to, what they're gonna accept, and then, like I say, when they finally do, then they will release it and put it on their website.
So you want more, like, since he said that, more of a progress report? like,
Yes.
Where are you
Yes.
at,
Okay.
what steps, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You're not asking for very details of.
No, and I'm not expecting them, it was not my intention, I'm sorry if I misstated
That
that.
can be done,
Yeah, that can be done.
I think, yeah.
We could just make it a part, well, actually, not a permanent part, but put it on the agenda every month until it's set. Sure.
That would be great. Then we can
No, that's fine.
What's the most popular means that you read from to find out what's happening in town? Would it be the hub?
Yes.
Or would it be a little thing saying,
But,
Anybody
but,
online?
yeah, but again, the hub, like, if that was misquoted, it was misquoted, I mean, shit happens, we all know that, that's how.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
guys
reading what it says.
said, yeah, and that kinda got me a little disturbed too when I read that, and I didn't think that's actually what had happened.
And nothing against them, but, you hear, don't believe 95%.
Right,
of what you hear.
exactly.
Okay, well, that's why I got the site.
Yeah, right. The other thing too is, like any website, looking for click-throughs, as they call it.
Yep.
When you click it on the website, because it makes it look like they're doing what they're attracting people. Okay, I understand that. So, but, we can do a monthly update, that's fine.
And again, I don't think we're expecting anything in June, right, because the report's due in June, so.
Yeah.
lots of-
But I think just getting it out there that you are working with an audit firm, you're working with an independent
Yeah.
counsel.
Yes.
Those kind of things kind of alleviate some of the tension that's out in the community.
Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah.
and we can have the labor specialist back,
Mhm.
because we have that one negotiation going on.
Yes.
And to ask specific too, he can be involved in this.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah, and we just really want it settled and make sure that all of you feel good about it.
Mhm.
By the time we're done.
That's what we want. Thank you.
I can do a little bonfire, Luann.
Yeah, right out the backyard.
It's time.
Bring our marshmallows.
We'll burn my barn or yours.
Oh, no, we just cited it. Don't put it in. No burning there.
Well, anything else?
Thank you for your time.
No.
I have a question.
Sure.
So, on the assessment of the taxes, last year mine went up 60,000, this year went up another 60,000. I mean, is next year gonna be another 60,000? I mean, I thought it was like every 3-5 years or whatever. How often are you doing a tax increase, the assessments?
We are required to do this every 3 years.
So you did it last year and then you do it again this year?
That also depends on the state monitoring real estate sales. I know that sounds crazy, and I know I've told people this. I heard this from somebody from the county. Orleans and Genesee County have been designated as hot real estate markets. Really.
But that bubble's gonna burst.
Yes. Now,
It's the one I think I heard.
yes.
And there's one.
Right, huge, depends on the market, because according to the state, what they wanna do is keep assessments close to, markets, in case, for the whole thing, yes, but.
My question is, I understand you wanna raise the price of my house. What have you given me? I've lived on the ridge for 40 years.
40.
I don't see anything different. I don't see anything different from 40 years ago. So why is my house worth so much more now? I'm not getting it.
Market value.
Yeah, but how can they
But there's
compare my
nothing.
house to somebody else's?
Well, here's
They
the
have
thing.
no idea what I've done,
Yeah.
inside or
Right.
outside.
Mhm.
So you want them to come in and out?
Yes, yes, I did.
You
I
should.
I live in a little farmhouse.
Yeah.
that was built in 1890.
Okay. I have to read that, right,
And, as I say, I personally, I live in a
I
little
wouldn't have
farmhouse.
to get it.
I think it's 1890, I mean, and I've done some improvements on it, whatever, but mine went up.
improvements, so it doesn't fall over.
Well, I can tell you my assessment this year was $7,000.
But how do they know who's done improvements? Like my next door neighbors just redid her kitchen, I'm in it, it's beautiful. You don't know which neighbor, I don't know which neighbor, so I didn't say that. But I don't understand how they evaluate them with stuff.
They don't.
It's not normally done like this, when
Okay.
you're the accessory sites. But I will speak very briefly, but a reassessment takes place every 3 years. So if you feel that yours went up last year and you did no improvements, meaning no full barn, no additions, nothing like that, please come see me. A reassessment takes place every 3 years. The last time it was done was 2023. It is based on market value. So whether you have done anything to your property, we are bringing homes up to market value. I know when improvements have been done due to getting a building permit. If you have taken anything off your property, you should get a demo permit. If you do not, then I don't know that your property has changed. So get permits, that is the main thing. So, but if you haven't done anything, that doesn't matter. Market is telling me, I'm the one that has looked at over 5,000 parcels between Shelby and Ridgeway. The market tells me that you can sell your house for X amount based on what homes have sold for. So if you feel that you cannot sell your home for that, that is when you should make an appointment with me or come to grievance. But when you come to grievance, you need to tell them and explain to them why you absolutely could not sell your home for what the new value is. They need concrete proof. It's not just, I don't like the system. Pictures, anything. But this is something, this is per New York State, this will happen every 3 years based on the market.
Or 60,000 worth.
Everybody thought it was a bubble 8 years ago when COVID was the problem. But it's been 3 years since the last reassessment and prices have only continued to go up. So you see an average home selling for 180 to 200 in this area, in Orleans County. I know it's crazy. I have countless sales down in my office to show you.
Well, but you have to look at some of the.
So that is all I'm going to say. If you want more appointments, you are more than welcome to come.
They said there were no more appointments, though. I called this morning.
I am booked on appointments, yes.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, I'm full to the
Oh, I
max.
understand.
I've met with lots of people, so the only thing left is grievance, yes.
And how does the grievance work?
You have to fill out a form, and then you would come next Tuesday
You
here.
have
And
to
I
come.
come next.
You don't have to come, you can just submit the form.
Okay.
What time is that?
It's noon to 8,
8 p.m. Wow.
yes.
Everybody.
Okay, that will generally answer any, if there's more questions, call the office. But that should generally answer all the questions, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else?
Good.
All right.
You started there.
Good job, by the way.
I know, that's fine, we'll just leave letters, we heard that somebody would be here. So I was planning on explaining what is going on with the audit anyway, so that's fine. But she opened the door and that's fine, no problem, okay? All right, so nothing else, then motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Wait, Mary, second.
Second.
By Cliff, all in favor?
Hi.
Thank you very much.